Hello and welcome. I am Devika Chopra and you are watching NewsX World. We begin with the headlines. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi says terrorists and their backers will be hunted down and punished after 26 tourists were killed in Kashmir. Speaking in Bihar, he paid tribute to the victims and urged the nation to stand united in grief and resolve. A reported 9 people have been killed and over 63 have been wounded in a Russian missile strike on Kyiv. The attack on the Ukrainian capital has seen residential buildings damaged and the search for people under rubble is underway. Beijing says there are no ongoing trade talks with Washington, dismissing President Trump's claims as groundless. China's Commerce Ministry has flatly denied any negotiations to lower tariffs imposed by the US. US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky have clashed once again over the ending of the war as Trump slams Kyiv's refusal to accept Russia's hold on Crimea. US Vice President J.D. Vance has warned that if both sides don't agree to a deal soon, Washington may quit its role altogether. After January clashes involving 23 rebels, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda have vowed to pursue peace. A deal has been signed in Doha, offering a rare sign of hope that the long-running conflict could see a turn towards calm. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said Iran must not enrich uranium under any deal with Washington, even as talks continue. Iran, however, has insisted that zero enrichment is unacceptable, making compromise hard to reach. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney has campaigned in British Columbia, a key swing region, ahead of Monday's national election. His Liberals lead in Ontario and Quebec, while Poilievre's Conservatives hold strong in the prairies. St. Peter's Basilica has reopened as tens of thousands gathered to pay final respects to Pope Francis, who's laid in an open coffin. Vatican says nearly 50,000 worshippers have already come to bid farewell ahead of the Pope's funeral on Saturday. Our top focus is India. In a strong response to the deadly terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has vowed severe retribution, declaring that India will track and punish those responsible to the ends of the earth. He emphasized that India's resolve to combat terrorism has never been stronger. In a swift diplomatic reaction, India has suspended visa services for Pakistani nationals and revoked all existing visas. The government has also closed its airspace to Pakistani airlines and halted all trade with Pakistan. In retaliation, Pakistan has suspended all visas under the SAARC visa exemption scheme for Indian nationals, except for Sikh pilgrims. The Wagah border has been closed and bilateral agreements with India, including the Simla agreement, are on hold. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has condemned India's actions, warning that any attempt to stop water from the Indus River will be seen as an act of war. Pakistan has vowed to defend its sovereignty at all costs. Global condemnation of the attack has been swift. Germany's Foreign and Security Policy Advisor has expressed solidarity with India. Japan's Prime Minister and Israel's Prime Minister are also expressing solidarity. They have both called Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India, offering condolences and condemning terrorism. Meanwhile, Brian Thomas joins us live from Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir, India. Brian, if you could help, firstly, our viewers understand what really are the latest developments taking place on the ground.
Well, Devika, talking about, yes, where we are, Srinagar, definitely. Now, the situation here in terms of tourism is clearly very much affected. The tourists who had their bookings till 27th or 28th, they are cutting short their tour and they are going back because when we are speaking to the tourists as well, they had planned to extend their trip, maybe go to Gulmarg or Pahalgam, but after this incident, they had to cut short their trip and they are going back to their respective places. Now, very importantly, the few tourists who were still here because of the flight prices that skyrocketed heavily, so they were waiting. But again, once they got a clearance and once they start booking, now in a day or two by tomorrow, many such tourists would be leaving. Just a while back, we were showing you visuals also of the fact that even Dal Lake, which is a very popular tourist destination, or Lal Chowk itself in Srinagar, which is another very popular tourist attraction, is all remain vacant. The shikaras are stranded. There's not any tourists there. Just some locals who are there. All the securities there have been heavily beefed up, heavily security, and all you see on ground are just few locals, are just few CRPF, few GNK police officials, jawans that are there, that are on vigil, that are on standby. But apart from that, the tourists are not visible there. Even small restaurant owners and hotel owners are also clearly affected because their bookings that they were getting, on call tourists are telling them that they are postponing the trip or they are cancelling the trip, and it is creating and it is a major hit in their tourism industry. It is a major hit on their business also, because this is a peak season. The summer season is a peak season for tourists to come here because of the weather that it gives, the view of, it offers. But again, because of this one incident, because of the barbaric attack that happened on 26 tourists, the entire tourism here remains affected and jolted. Devika.
Brian, at the same time, could you take our viewers through the security developments that are taking place on the ground as well? What really are you learning as far as the search operations are now concerned? And what is the situation on the ground? Are the streets rather deserted?
Very importantly, yes, Devika, the streets are clearly deserted today itself. We were en route from Srinagar to Kulbam also, where very importantly, just yesterday itself, there was a gun firing that happened between militants and the security personnel that happened yesterday. And post that, we were with the army convoys and they showed us the entire operation and cordon and search operation that were conducting. They were wearing their vests. They had 8 to 10 convoys with CRPF vehicles, with all the militaries in place. They were going uphill to clear, to see what the operations are, to understand what is the situation there. And even Srinagar itself, Lal Chowk itself, even Dal Lake, which is a very popular tourist destination, they are all geared up. They are all beefed up with security. Every alternate, when you travel to Srinagar itself in your car or anywhere, you get to see every 100 meters, every 200 meters, there is one official wearing one JNK police, there is one convoy. There are, each barricades have been done, each checkpoint you have to cross, there's another barricading that has been done. So entirely in and around Kashmir itself, the security have been heavily beefed up here. Yes, Devika.
All right, Brian, lastly, what really is it that the administration has currently shared with the people on the ground?
Well, talking about the administration, yes, earlier, just a while back, an all-party meeting was also convened by Umar Abdullah, who's the chief minister of Kashmir, and they had a all-party meeting. There were many such directives that were taken also in terms of the tourism, in terms of the action that should be taken against the perpetrators. Even in Delhi itself, there was a high-level meeting that was convened here at 6 p.m. itself. So yes, there have been many such diplomatic meetings, many such high-level meetings also that have been here in GNK itself, in Delhi itself, to review and to understand and to get a perspective of the situation that has happened in Pahalgam itself, Devika.
All right, Brian, thank you so much for joining us with that live report. Meanwhile, Lieutenant General Rakesh Sharma joins me on the broadcast as